So as we can see, my friends, the EURUSD has reversed exactly from the level I have mentioned to start shorting at 1.00547, and the EURUSD has reversed or actually fallen for about 144 pips. It was a great signal and excellent profits. I really hope you guys have taken this signal and have enjoyed all these profits. Now the question is what we can do on the last day of this week. Let me now analyze the market for you. So of course, let me just get rid of this old signal and let's see, my friends, together what we can do on the EURUSD on Friday. Now, of course, if we look at the daily chart, right now the EURUSD is actually facing a very strong key support level at 0.99270. I believe that on the last day of this week, the EURUSD is going to be bullish. Most likely we are going to start shorting the EURUSD. The market is still gonna get, I think the market is still gonna need to rise more just to gain some liquidity before it's gonna continue the fall. So therefore, most likely the EURUSD is going to continue the rise for the remaining days or the remaining day of this week. Keep in mind that this key support level, we had here 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, a fifth attempt on this to break out from that level of a support. Now, the idea here is we want to start actually buying the EURUSD, but where is exactly the best level to start buying it? If I go to the 30-minute time frame right now, we need to identify right now the real level of supports and separate them from the false breakouts. So now, by looking at this pattern right here, where exactly is the real level of a support? By looking at these patterns right here actually. Now, what we can do actually is simply like this. Fantastic. And by that, I have separated the real level of support from the false breakouts. And let me just go to these levels candle by candle just to show you. So we have here the reversal happened. And as you can see, we had here a false breakout. And then two candles has reversed exactly here at 0.99259. Then again, we had another false breakout and another false breakout. And again, the same level of that support has also been respected right here and right there as well. And in the middle, we had here a false breakout as well. That's the way to find the best level of a support, which means we can wait actually for the EURUSD to fall for about 15 pips before we can start buying it again from the same level at buy from 0.99259. Actually, the movement right here actually was really strong, and I doubt if the EURUSD is gonna be able to reach that level of a support again. It might does actually, but however, if that happens, we are not aiming much of profit actually, because we are aiming just the nearest strong key resistance level, which was exactly right here. Perfect. That was the nearest strong key resistance level, and also we are having here a supported trend line which has been broken out from. So therefore we can expect from the EURUSD to reverse upon the pressure from that support and then continue the rise. Maybe it's going to reach this level and actually exceed it a little bit more just to retest the broken support trend line to create, of course, a new resistance trend line, and after that it's going to continue the fall. But what I'm believing is that the EURUSD is going to continue the rise till it reaches that level of a resistance, a real level of a resistance, which means on Friday we're actually aiming about 85 pips only. So therefore take profit level at 1.00114, and of course for the safe zone it should not be ranging below the lowest level of the support at all, which was actually right here. This is, my friends, the lowest level of the support. That's gonna be the edge of our safe zone, which means it's gonna be lasting only for 23 pips. How cool is that? I think everyone happy with this, and hopefully it's gonna be also a profitable signal, and hopefully it's gonna work very well on Friday. That's everything for the EURUSD. Let's now move to the pound USD. Okay, so for the pound USD, of course, as we can see, it has already reached the take profit level, but it did not trigger our sell level. So let's get rid of the signal. Most likely it won't actually reach our sell area. Let's see now what we can do next with the pound USD. Actually, the pound USD has continued the fall, and most likely the pound USD is going to continue the fall till it reaches the lowest level of the support at 1.14493. So meaning the pound USD still has actually 87 pips more to go. And the bearish movement here is very, very strong at the moment. So meaning on the weekly chart, of course, and on the daily chart, everything says that the pound USD is actually going to be bearish. However, we can actually start shorting the pair at a certain level if we look at this support trend line like here, like this. Exactly. So we had here actually a support trend line, and here we had a resistance trend line. And as you can see, the market has indeed managed to break out from that structure. So meaning we actually have to wait for the pound USD to rise for about 23 pips before we can start shorting it again. In other words, I want to give you actually a better entry. So meaning, let me just be more accurate. We have to wait for the pound USD to rise again. It actually might be ranging inside this zone a little bit more, just to reach this level of a resistance. Right here we had a resistance number 1, and we can actually start shorting the pound USD right on the second attempt of the resistance. That actually gonna deliver us a better entry, which means we have to wait for the pound USD to rise for about 40 pips before we can start shorting it. However, we can actually have even a better entry than that. Let me just confirm it first. Actually, yes, we can actually sell the pound USD even before it reaches that level. 35 pips, that's going to be the maximum where we can actually start shorting the pound USD, which means we can start sell the pound USD at 1.15697. And of course, a safe zone should not actually be exceeding that level of a previous key support level right here at 1.16393, which means the safe zone, actually that's a lot, that should be better. The safe zone should be ranging for about 57 pips only. And I really doubt that this is going to happen. Most likely the pound USD is actually going to continue the fall immediately. I doubt that it's even going to reach our sell level. With this bearish movement, it's actually very strong at the moment. And of course, the take profit level is going to be placed right here at 1.14493, which means we are actually aiming approximately 114 or 15 pips from shorting the pound USD, and a safe zone of only 55 pips. That's everything, for my friends, for the pound USD. Let's now move to the AUDUSD. Alright, so the AUDUSD signal has, I think, no, it didn't. It hasn't been triggered. Has it? No. It hasn't been triggered. The market has reversed just like, I think, 14 pips before reaching the sell level. What a bummer. It was excellent signal. However, let's see now what we can do next with this pair. Now, as you can see, the AUDUSD has actually made a very strong bearish breakout from that level of a supported trend line. Now, the normal behavior of the market is simply just like that. The market will continue the fall, it's gonna reach the real level of a support, and after that it's gonna continue the rise to retest the broken supported trend line. Exactly as I have told you in the last late week analysis video. I told you that most likely the AUDUSD will break out from that level, and again, if that happens, it's gonna continue the fall till it reaches that level of a real support, and by that, in general, we will be having inverted head and shoulders pattern, and most likely the AUDUSD is gonna start the reversal right there. Well, that's actually the plan. We just have to wait for this pair to fall for about 11 pips before we can start shorting it. Buying it. So therefore, let me just get rid of the old signal, since this time it's gonna be actually for the buy. Now we are going to start buying this pair. However, the edge of the safe zone actually doesn't need to be this much. We just need to make it just right here, exactly. Because this is the lowest level of a real support. Meanwhile, here and here we had a false breakouts. So anyway, that is exactly the edge of the safe zone, which is going to be ranging for about 40 pips only. Therefore, we can start buying the AUDUSD at 0.67689. I'm just being so specific. However, for the take profit level, it has to be placed right here, my friends, at the peak of the resistance at 0.68392. As I mentioned earlier, the AUDUSD most likely is gonna continue the reversal, and it might actually reach that level of a previous supported trend line. But however, for safety measures, and to make sure that everyone will make a profit, hopefully, from this signal, if it went in the right direction, I'm selecting the peak of the resistance right here as of my take profit level. That being said, take profit level, my friends, is gonna be 0.68392. And that's everything for the AUDUSD. Let's now move to the USDCAD. Alright, so for the USDCAD, as you can see, it has reversed almost from there. I mean, just like 0.1 or actually 1 pip only before touching our buy level. I will consider this signal as it has worked. And thankfully, the USDCAD is running in about 103 pips and total of 136 pips. I really wish you guys have taken these signals and have made some decent profit with it. However, what's next step with the USDCAD? In fact, the USDCAD actually has created right here a false breakout, as you can see. This pattern right here, that is, my friends, a false breakout. So to find the real level of a resistance, we need to zoom in on the smaller time frame. Let's go now to the 15-minute time frame. Perfect. Now on the 15-minute time frame, we can see clearly that the level of 1.31856 is actually indeed a real level of a resistance. Meanwhile, we had here a false breakout from the level of 1.31856, and here we had another false breakout. That being said, we can actually expect from the USDCAD to rise again, reach the same level of that resistance, and of course, if that happens, we will end up with an pattern of head and shoulders, which confirms that the USDCAD is actually going to continue the fall. So that being said, we need to wait for the pair to rise for about 10 pips only. Therefore, sell the USDCAD at 1.31856. And oh my goodness. Okay, let's just be sure it's correct. Yes. And of course, for the take profit level, we just cannot select a random level of a take profit. Since we are having here also a support trend line, and most likely upon the pressure from that resistance, and of course a big resistance on the daily chart and the 4-hour time frame, the USDCAD is gonna reverse upon the pressure from that resistance. So therefore, the edge of the safe zone is going to be just selected as the highest level of the resistance, which means it's going to be for about 23 pips. Meanwhile, the take profit level is going to be placed just, let me just be sure, 30-minute time frame. What's going on? I think I lost my internet connection here. Okay, let me just find the reason, guys. I'll be back to you. And finally, the internet is back, and as we can see, yes, the USDCAD signal is valid, as I told you, and hopefully it's gonna be a good signal. I just need to type for you the take profit level. Actually, the pause to restart my router has actually shattered my thoughts, to be honest. Let's now go to the USDJPY. Okay, so the USDJPY signal, as you can see, hit the take profit level instantly without triggering our buy level. What a bummer. But however, it's still very good. The USDJPY has reached a historical level at 140.190. Guys, that's historical level. The USDCHF has never ever reached this level. We are literally swimming in the uncharted water right now. So right now, what we can do next with the USDJPY is simply sending you a scalping signal. So let's go to the 15-minute time frame. So all we can do right now for the USDJPY, actually the signal has already started. I wanted to give you a signal to start shorting the USDJPY right from that level of a resistance at 139.968, because we had here a real level of a resistance, false breakout, and again resistance, and in the end we might end up with head and shoulders, which means that the USDJPY might continue the reversal. However, I will do my part and I will just tell you to start shorting the USDJPY at 139.968. I want to remind everyone that again the USDJPY is actually behaving sorry about that, is behaving in a normal, I mean, how can I say this in the right words? USDJPY, my friends, is just doing something that we're not expected from it to do. Right now the pair is, as I mentioned earlier, has reached a never or actually it's a new level. So we cannot really be sure how the USDJPY will be reacting to this level of a previous resistance. All we can tell here is we're having a broken level of a resistance exactly right here at 139.083, and we don't have any history to back up to or to refer to, if you know what I mean. We don't have anything here to refer to. There should be actually a resistance or a support or a price action or something tells us how the market is going to be reacting to this level, but we don't have anything. It's just blank. So we cannot really be sure how the USDJPY will be reacting to this level. All I can tell you is we are just going to start shorting the USDJPY from this level, and the take profit level is going to be placed right here at that very strong key support level at 139.380, because we are actually hoping from the market to make just a pullback to retest the broken level of a resistance. So the safe zone will be ranging for about 25 pips only, and the take profit level, sorry, of about 58 pips. Guys, keep in mind these signals are valid only for Friday. So definitely by Saturday, there will be different signals from this one. Anyway, that's everything from the USDJPY. Let's now move to the USDCHF. Okay, the USDCHF signal has also worked fantastically very well, and the market has reversed almost by 1.9 pips only from the take profit from the buy level, and it has went all the way to the take profit level, making 120 pips. I really hope you guys have taken this signal and made a decent profit from it. I'm very happy about this week. Everything is going thankfully very well, and I'm very just proud of my results, and I really hope it's gonna continue going this way, because I'm sure one bad day is going to ruin everything. I mean, I'm sure I will see horrible comments if these signals I'm sending right now goes wrong. I'm sure I will see the ugliest comment of my life. Anyway, let's back now to the USDCHF. And let me just tell you something. Actually, the market has reversed at the peak of the highest level of the resistance at 0.98603. So now, what is the next movement expected from the USDCHF on Friday? I believe that the market is actually going to start a bearish reversal at the moment, which means we can actually start shorting the USDCHF again from the highest level of the resistance after it rises for about 15 pips. Therefore, sell the USDCHF at 0.98583, and of course a safe zone which will be ranging only till little bit above the highest level of the resistance, which means it's gonna be ranging for about 33 pips. Now for the take profit level, that's the whole art. It's the whole reason or secret to be to give a successful signal. Actually, my friends, if I'm not mistaken, we need to find the nearest strong key support level and select it as our take profit level. Therefore, most likely we're having here a broken level of a resistance. If we check the daily chart, this is the daily chart. And of course, we can see clearly that this was a real level of a resistance. And here we had a false breakout, and the market has indeed managed to break out from that level of a real resistance. Now, the USDCHF has reversed on that level of another real level of a resistance. Now meaning we can actually expect from the USDCHF to continue the fall till it retest the broken resistance level, or to retest the broken level of a real resistance. That being said, the take profit level, my friends, is gonna be placed exactly right here at the nearest strong support level to our entry, which means we are aiming approximately 70, I would say about 70 pips only, which is going to be also the retest of the broken level of a resistance at 0.97864. And that's everything for the USDCHF. Let's now move to the gold. Okay, gold signal has also worked fantastically well, and I'm very proud of this signal. I again hope you guys have taken it and have enjoyed making some decent profits. As you can see, the gold has reversed also from this level, as I have mentioned late week analysis video, and it went for about 228 pips. Excellent signal, and again I hope you guys have taken it. So what's next for the gold? Now let me just tell you something. The gold seems like it actually broke out from 1700, which I have told you earlier is going to be a very critical level. So we cannot actually expect from the gold to reverse or actually to fall below that level. Now, what I believe is that the gold will be actually ranging inside this level before finally start a bullish reversal. If we look at the pattern right now, we need to identify the zones here. So we are having here a zone, exactly just like that. That's a very powerful zone, consists of two strong real support. This is the first real support, and right here lies the other real level of a support. And as you can see, the gold has actually kept falling upon the pressure, of course, from the news about the ISM PMIs, and it has reversed exactly at the level of a real support at 1690.94. That means I believe that the gold is actually going to continue to be bullish for the remaining days, for the remaining hours on Friday. So the question is, where exactly we can start buying the gold? Let me go now to the 30-minute time frame. And actually, let's go to the 1 hour time frame, 1 hour. And let me just scroll more to the left to identify the real level of a support and the false breakout. So as you can see right here, my friends, right there exactly right here at 1685.64, we had here, let me just zoom in to show it to you. So we had here, my friends, a real level of a support. As you can see, yes, this tail here represents a real level of a support, and meanwhile this level right here was a false breakout, which means we can actually start buying the gold exactly from this level as 1685.64, which means we have to wait for the gold to fall for about 90 pips, I would say, before we can start buying the pair. And of course, if we do that, the take profit level has to be placed only right here at that resistance as 1708.38. As I told you earlier, the gold most likely is going to continue ranging on that level of a support. I doubt if the gold is going to be able to break out immediately from 1700. That's not the normal behavior of the gold. Once it reaches a very strong level or a key resistance level, actually you can check the history. We can see that the market has here reached also 1700. How did the market react to this level? It actually kept ranging in it, just went all the way to this support level and then reversed and again rose above 1700, and again it has reached also 1800, and look what happened at 1800 also the gold was ranging also. So that's the normal behavior of the gold once it reaches these critical levels. That being said, I believe the gold, my friends, will be ranging on that level of a support, and I'm selecting right here the lowest level of a real support as our entry, just to make sure that we're having a safe entry, and hopefully it's gonna be a good entry, and hopefully, of course, it's gonna be a good signal. That being said, buy the gold at 1685.64, and a take profit level should be placed right here. Take profit level at 1708.38. And by the way, if the gold managed indeed to reach that level, then of a take profit level, then most likely the gold is actually going to continue to rise even higher than that. But I'm just going to give you here the safest signal possible, and of course the safe zone should not be ranging for so long, just a little bit below that level of a lowest support, because if the gold has actually managed to reach this level of a support and breaks out from it, then that means that this signal is most likely no longer valid. So therefore, a take profit level of actually 227 pips, meanwhile a safe zone of 83 pips only. So that's gonna be hopefully our signal for the remaining hours of this week, and this is everything for the gold and for the pairs. Again, I want to say that the EURUSD signal is about to be triggered. AUDUSD signal has almost been triggered. USDCAD is reversing. USDJPY has already went above our level of shorting. So it might actually be ranging inside this level before finally goes in profit. So let's see what will gonna happen. USDCHF still needs about 14 pips to reach our sell level, and the gold still need about 90 pips to reach our buy level. So again, guys, please be careful and keep in mind, just because this signal coming from Xtreme Trader doesn't mean at all it's gonna be 100% profitable. Thankfully, I have a high winning ratio signals. Having a high winning ratio signals means that there are still some flaws, there are still some mistakes, there are still some losses. So please be sure that you are trading carefully and don't place all your eggs in one basket. Please don't enter all these signals with big lots hoping for the best just because it came from Xtreme Trader. and you are seeing my results this week actually was 100% in profit, all of them. I'm very proud of my work, but it doesn't mean at all that every single signal I'm sending in my life is going to be correct. Maybe I will fail. Maybe the USDJPY is going to continue the rise. No, it won't actually. Maybe these signals won't work out. Maybe I will fail. So please consider this, my friends, that not every signal we are sending out is going to be profitable. So in the end, I hope that was informative to you, and I would like to thank you for watching, and of course hoping you a happy weekend.